Tiana's Bayou adventure was supposed to be unpopular. Even the Disney earnings call said that attendance would be soft in the quarter in which it opened. Yet now Disney says they need a virtual queue. You need to pay money to even get on the attraction. There are so many people climbing over the turnstiles trying to get in. And at the same time, folks, there are articles declaring that Magic Kingdom is hitting capacity every preview day of the ride. So what's really going on? Well, we'll explain what the PR push has in store for you and the real secret reason why they're doing a lightning lane that will quickly go away. Hello everybody and welcome to the Pro Channel, the place where we stay happy by telling the truth. What a convenient thing to do when you want to approximate reality in your own life. Joining us today is Lena Creole. Welcome back to the channel.
Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
It's an absolute joy. And Lena, you are soon going to be going to Tiana's Bayou Adventure to give your thoughts on it in person. What day is it that you're planning to go to the ride to give it your unbiased, open opinion?
Well, I am planning on going the first day of pass holder previews, and that would be June 13th.
Wowza. So it's June 13th, the very first day that you could possibly go. You'll be there, and folks can expect to see video and all of that sort of thing on your channel, correct?
That is correct.
All right, folks, we'll click on the link down below. Lena is going to be doing tremendous work over there, but let's talk about the tremendous work that Disney is doing in terms of a PR press. Here's what we've got out of the Disney Parks blog. We're going to break this down, folks. There's plenty here to see and to understand what the strategy might be. Remember that Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a ride that is coming out in a quarter where Disney expects attendance to be down. They called that out in their earnings report, and things did not go well with their stock and with shareholders. And so this is a quote-unquote new attraction that is not gaining any traction with guests. Let's talk about it. This came out on the 14th. Everything to know before you drop into Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Walt Disney World by Lori Besiege, or Bessig. But for the purposes of this video, Besiege sounds pretty funny. Let the good times roll. Tiana has sent the invites out for her big Mardi Gras celebration. While the princess and her fun-loving friend Louis are finishing up details on the party down in the Bayou, you are probably wondering what to wear, what to bring, and how you should prepare for an exhilarating musical adventure that crescendos with a 50-foot drop right before the grandest celebration this side of the Mississippi. Now, I'm assuming they're talking about Disney World. If they're talking about the actual ride, it's set at the bottom of the Mississippi, so there's not really a side to the... Never mind, I don't have time for this. All right. It says drop into virtual queue. Here's where we're going to explain to you folks out there what's really going on. Drop into virtual queue. It says when Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens on June 28th, it will use a virtual queue. Now, Lena is going to be there early because they're going to have previews of this ride, and they're still being very cagey about when the ribbon cutting will be, if there will be one at all. So we'll wait and tell you if we got that one right in one of our scoops before. Guests can request to join the virtual queue via the My Disney Experience app at one of two times, 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. While a standby queue will not be available during the attraction's initial opening days, we expect to open a standby queue soon after the attraction's opening. So let's talk about this, Lena. So they're going to make money off this, at least they think they are. And then they can also hide the actual wait times. And that's the key here. They have already said in the earnings report that attendance likely to be down, revenue's not great this quarter for Disney World. Now, that's bizarre when you open a new attraction. So, one, they didn't announce Tiana's opening dates during the earnings report, which is what everybody expected, probably because then they would have to say, oh, by the way, this is the ride that's not pulling in any new guests. But then also what they're doing is they're doing this virtual queue, which allows them to not have a posted wait time period the entire time that the first opening days or whatever. Now, some people have interpreted this to mean that they're going to open the standby line like 3 days later, 4 days later. That could be the case, and parks operations will probably have some say in this. But what I really think it's saying, probably, is that in September, they're going to switch to standby. And Lena, the reason for that is because that park place broke the news yesterday that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad likely to be down for an entire year, starting in September. So, Lena, what do you make of this virtual queue, and what do you think the wait times might actually be when we get to September? I think this could be actually a little bit of a PR issue in September when the crowds are low and they suddenly go to standby and everybody's like, it's got a half-hour wait. What do you think, Lorena?
Well, I think with the virtual queue, I always get my hackles up about the virtual queue because I have yet to seen Disney open a new ride with a virtual queue where the virtual queue did not go away like within 2 or 3 weeks. It'll usually hang out for a couple of months, like case in point. Uh, oh my gosh, no, I'm just like Cosmic Rewind is one, Tron is another. So
Even
while
Moana's splash pad, or
and
Lorena, and Lorena, they had the when they did the Moana splash pad. They actually, I talked to a cast member about this when they were doing it. They actually would shut the thing off, like at 2 p.m., the virtual queue, because there were no more people interested in doing it. So the attraction was gone then because they couldn't have that black eye of everybody walking by and saying, "Oh, there's no wait. Okay, it's brand new,
Mhm.
no wait."
Yep, brand new, no wait, and you're right about September with the Big Thunder Mountain with that closed down, and September crowds are notoriously low because that's the end of the summer travel season. That will be a problem where it's like, oh, really? It's only half hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, possibly 15 minutes to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure when with Splash Mountain on a good day, your lowest wait time is probably like maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but that's like expected because so many people want to go. It was one of literally the top 3 things that you had to do when you got to the Magic Kingdom. So that is potentially a very big PR issue when you have this brand spanking new attraction that's opened in the summer, but people aren't really in a rush to try and ride it.
Absolutely. And then we've got this information here that says you can use Genie Plus service, and that's really what the whole desire is.
Mhm.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure will also be included as a Lightning Lane entrance in Disney Genie Plus service. So, by Disney limiting artificially the number of people who can ride the ride using the virtual queue, what it does is one, it hides the wait time, and two, it forces folks who can't get into that very small silo of individuals getting to go on the ride. It forces them to pay money, and then they can ride it. And well, just shock of all shocks, there's room right here in this ride. If you'll pay money, we can get you aboard now easily. How about that? It's not nearly the capacity that we thought it might be. Lorena, this goes on. It talks about the photo pass, and by the way, you've got a little firefly saying we know a shortcut. This comes from, by the way, the section we detailed early. Disney may not have liked it very much, but when you are shrunk down to the size of a frog, tells people to prepare to get wet. If you don't know that yet, well, you may not have ever been to Disney World. And then it goes on through the shop new merchandise stuff with beignets and all of that. But I want to show you this, Lorena. This is out of WDWMagic.com. Magic Kingdom reservations reach capacity on every day of Tiana's Bayou Adventure pass holder previews. Now, this I think is part of that same marketing buzz. I'm going to show you why. Take a look at this. Disney Park Pass reservations are now at capacity for all 6 preview days of Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Magic Kingdom. Now, we've already been told in the earnings report that they expect soft attendance this coming quarter. So we already know, Disney knows that. Yet here we have this article that's presenting this information to us in such a way that might make one believe that this is a very popular attraction coming, and perhaps it could be. We will keep our mind open until we actually ride the ride. Right now, you're going to ride the ride and give your thoughts on it. And if it's great, we'll say it's great. If it's
Exactly.
not, then we won't. But here's what it says. As of 10:15 a.m., in less than 2 hours after becoming available, the preview days at Magic Kingdom on June 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 20th are now at capacity, strangely skipping a particular date. Anyway,
Mhm.
but here's what, Lorena, here's what cracks me up. Okay. This is the middle of June. This is peak vacation season. So the idea that the Magic Kingdom would be at capacity, which the Magic Kingdom is the theme park that hits capacity, it's small, It's the highest in demand, and it's the middle of summer. The idea that it would be at capacity these days, where Disney sets the capacity, a little bit laughable, I would say. Lorena, are you in a laughing place looking at this and going, "Oh, come on! It's a random summer day in Magic Kingdom. Of course, it's
Y
capacity."
yeah, I have to laugh. I mean, anyone who is a commando Disney planner like myself, the summer is a mass of humanity. It's always gonna be crowded.
Exactly. Exactly. Magic Kingdom is the place to be and all of that. And you're going to have, by the way, you're going to have people who want to cover this doing everything they can to get into the park because, well, they need to cover it for their own vlogs, blogs, websites, etc. And we're not
Mhm.
any different from them. We'll be there as well. Lorena, tell me what you're expecting out of this attraction, though. We've come a long way. We've done a lot of stories on it. The day is almost here. People can be the judge of what this is. What are you expecting out of it? Do you think that Disney will manage to salvage what has been sort of a chaotic ride, or do you think that we might have a lackluster time on the log flume now?
Uh, I'm a realist. I think it's gonna be relatively lackluster compared to what it is replacing. And I get that, impression just based on the story that they've told us for this particular attraction. There's nothing that seems particularly compelling. We're looking for a missing ingredient. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Why?
that's so funny.
We're
Critter
looking for a
Co-op.
missing ingredient as opposed to following the adventures of a very, very, very mischievous rabbit that the other animals are just like, you know what, he's always getting in trouble. So what kind of trouble is he going to get into, this time? Yeah, that mystery going on with this. A missing ingredient. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
A missing ingredient in a Avery Island inspired salt dome as you go hunting for the best hot sauce you can find. I don't know. I don't know. But
Yes, and looks like a
I
big,
just
huge mound of broccoli.
yes. Well, when you try to make a mountain in Louisiana, it sort of comes across as trying to transform Big Thunder Mountain Railroad into something you'd see out of Kansas. It doesn't work because it's geographically mismatched to a
Yes.
tremendous degree. And they thought they could hide that, Lorena. They thought they could hide that with the boat and the willow tree that they were going to put on there. And then they discovered that structurally it couldn't handle that, and so that went away. And all you had was, as you said, the Hobby Lobby floral aisle explosion. That's what we have here. Just a giant. Well, it's the backside of Tafiti. How's that? Not the
Yes.
backside of water. Oh well, oh well. But Lorena, I'm hoping it will be good. I'll tell you that because it's going to be there for a very long time. They are not going to spend the money to replace this. They'll never admit they did poorly, and this could be the journey into imagination all over again. And so I hope for the sake of kids and families that this is good. It's just that we've heard from people behind the scenes that it didn't go as planned. And when you look at the fact that the guy who made Splash Mountain, who was brought back to help them bring this to fruition, Tony Baxter, when he left the project, you knew things were not going the way they had hoped for. So, Lorena, I'm excited to see your coverage of it. I'm excited to see how this all turns out. We'll keep an open mind, but tell the folks out there what you have coming up on your channel as we get ready for the race to Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Well, folks, as for today at 5 p.m. Eastern, the Spice Lounge show where we have all the hot takes and spicy conversation. And we're going to be talking about Disney dumbing down Doctor Who
Oh,
and
oh,
that,
oh, it's so
yeah,
bad. This is what makes
it's
me afraid for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Lorena. I see
it's
Doctor Who and I go, what is this?
it's so bad on so many levels, and I have such a list of grievances. We're gonna talk about it on the show, and we're also going to talk about the absolute epic troll job that HBO Max did with regards to Amazon because they dropped
Oh
their
yeah.
whole
Oh yeah.
trailer for House of the Dragon while Amazon just dropped a poster for Sauron, which wasn't really all that impressive. So We've got that going on. And of course, this weekend is Gator Palooza at Gatorland. It is the 75th anniversary of this family owned Central Florida park that has been around since 1946. All kinds of great stuff going on. And we're also going to check out one of only two leucistic alligators, little baby Mystic and her regular colored brother
Now, wait a minute,
Mayhem.
Lorena. Wait a minute. The audience out there is wondering, what is a leucistic alligator?
Well, you know what an albino alligator is, right? They're,
Absolutely.
white all over and they've got red eyes.
Red
there's
beady eyes.
Red beady eyes, and that's what most people know albinoism as, and that is actually accurate. What leucistic is a very, 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 very uncommon recessive gene, and it gives a gator a white color, but their eyes are blue.
Whoa. Now that sounds mystical almost.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stare deeply into its eyes, Lorena. There's no telling what will happen.
I'll try. She's so cute.
There's also no telling what will happen when it comes to Disney. You were bringing up these Disney Plus shows. I saw Ironheart. Of all the things that Marvel, that Marvel is supposed to be canceling, according to Bob Iger, bringing that quality back up, the Ironheart's coming through. And it's just like, how can we trust a company like this to deliver on Tianas? We'll try our best to be open-minded, but my, oh my, do they make it tough. But Lorena, I'm excited to see the content that you've got coming out. And congratulations to Gatorland. That sounds like a very, very interesting thing to see. Folks, we hope you have enjoyed this video and thought it was an interesting thing to see. Consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms, it's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. If you're not yet subscribed to Lorena Creole, well, you should be. And don't forget that a special edition of The Pro Show comes out Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The second half, member exclusive. To become a member today, click that join button. For the price of a soda per month, you can be a member and be part of the Gigawatt Nation. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
I wish I could thank WDW Pro and all the guys from that park place for letting us know what's coming down the pipe with all these leaks. They're just so darn ahead of the culture curve. And so, Johnny, maybe now that your name's getting back out there, you and I could be a thing. You're my love, my heart. All the right cuts of beef with no bull. I'm singing, oh Johnny, oh Johnny, oh. Oh yeah. Oh, I love you, Johnny.
With a sweet corner maid singing, oh Johnny, oh Johnny, oh.